Don't engage alone. We do this together.
Yeah! We got it! We got it!
You 52 booklet.
Somebody clip this one.
Welcome to Justice League Rewatch. I'm Jared. I'm here with Nick from the Phoenix Press. What's up, bro?
You know, it's pretty clear Bruce Timm did not write this episode.
Yeah, because it's freaking awesome. So,
Yeah.
We're talking about the Grudge Match episode, and before we start this, I gotta say one thing. This episode was better on the rewatch, because when I was rewatching this, I was like, oh yeah, they never explain how, like, they got control of the Justice League's women. And then wait, they did. I forgot about it, but I was like, oh, because I was going to give this episode a 9 because of this, but I'm just going to tell you ahead of time, I'm giving this episode 10 because all the plot holes are fixed and for a certain fight scene after this. But anyway, so I don't know if you noticed this, Nick, and I'm going to start with one piece of trivia real quick. Nightwing cameos in this episode.
Nightwing? I mean, his city does.
He's cloaked under darkness watching Canary chase after a criminal.
All right, okay. I got to look this up. Let me pull up the episode on my own. Do you know exactly the timestamp or so?
I have an actual screenshot.
Oh.
So I'll zoom in.
Oh.
They were trying to this was their way of sidestepping the bat embargo. Well done, sir.
And now I'm just realizing Nightwing never makes an appearance in Justice League, even though he existed.
Yeah, I know. He definitely existed. So that's the cool thing. Wait. Was this pre or post Bruce Timm shipping Batman and Batgirl? That could explain it.
Well, I'm trying to think. The show, I think Unlimited started after Batman Beyond went off the air. Batman Beyond started in 99.
Yeah.
So probably after.
What I mean is chronologically in the universe as Batman has he knocked up Batgirl yet? Thank you. That's for making me read that on my 1,000 subscriber celebration. Thank you.
Dude, I read one more day for my 500th. Okay, payback is a B.
Yeah. So this episode's freaking awesome, as I said before. So, and by the way, Nick, your girl Huntress is the star of this one.
Yeah, and I gotta say, this episode just makes me love Huntress and the question and their relationship. Like, what are you wearing? A blue overall. Like they have such a great relationship together.
And then when he understands what she's asking, he goes, orange socks. And he just hangs up. I was like, it is 35 flavors. Like just they have the most wholesome question investigation ever. I love it. So the whole plot of this is that when we see Roulette now, she is still running essentially a fight club, but it's lame and she needs cash. So she goes to the society and Lex needs parts and stuff. And so he needs money as well. So Lex decides, okay, so you know what? I'll finance your thing, your fight club. I'll give you the ability to capture female members of the Justice League and make them fight, and then you'll make money. The way they get captured is it's a signal that affects the comms piece of the Justice League.
Pretty ingenious, if you ask me.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, you know what? That because they could have easily done some really stupid way to do it, some supervillain just mind controls them. But in this one, it's like, okay, I can buy that. That one I can buy.
Yeah.
And so Huntress is following Black Canary, and she's led to the fight ring, and then
and then she gets into an elevator with Yaira.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to let that go. I am not going to let that go.
You can't. And by the way, I think this is the first time we see her out of costume too.
Yeah, it's like my question is, where did she get that dress?
I know. This is like, where does Clark Kent put his cape when he's not Superman?
You know, because like I guarantee you, she didn't have that on her. Like that's not something I guarantee you she doesn't carry that with her at all.
It's times. In her utility belt. It's in her utility belt. She has it rolled up in the back of her utility belt.
The only thing I can think of is she found a lady that was her size, beat her up, and stole her dress.
Like in Wonder Woman 1, when Diana's trying to sneak into the German like high command meeting, and there's this woman in a blue dress that happens to be her size.
What are you supposed to be? What are you doing?
Oh.
But anyway, so she gets in there and she discovers that it's essentially Metabrawl again, but with all the female. It's called Glamour Slam. It's called Glamour Slam. It should be called Glam Slam. Honestly, I think it would have been better.
No, it should be called Glamour Mania.
Okay, yeah, that works. So Black Canary fights Yaira. Yeah, I'm jumping on that train too, and she wins, of course. And she does get burned, and then Huntress tries to save a Black Canary and like knocks the earpiece out, and this is where they discover what's going on, and then they're in a cell together. And I like the whole back and forth of Black Canary and Huntress. What do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, this is pretty much the one where they like they make up, you know, like, okay, we're friends now, you know, because like Justice League does this every now and then. We're like, okay, we have these characters in conflict. Let's just set aside an episode. Like they did this with Hawk Girl and Vixen, you know, like, okay,
Hawk Girl and Wonder Woman. And Hawk Girl has issues.
Hawk Girl mad, Hawk Girl. Like,
Hawk Girl has issues with a lot of people. Wow.
It's almost like her race tried to take over the entire planet, and people have grudges.
What? Yeah, it's almost, you could say they have a grudge match. There you go. I made a Nick pun. But so then
you're learning.
Yes, thank you. I'm learning from the old sage. So I had to. So for entertainment to actually kill them, it's Black Canary and Huntress have to team up and fight. First, it's Hawk Girl and Vixen, and so they knock Hawk Girl and Vixen out of the like mind control, and then wait, no, I got this. Roulette has a contingency plan for this. Everyone has contingency plans.
I gotta say, I really like this moment because it's like it's just kind of like, holy crap, it's Wonder Woman, and, you know, because like I was getting some real like Justice League vibes, you know that one scene I'm talking about,
yeah,
at the park, like how like just like how hopelessly outmatched they all are.
Yeah, because and I like where as soon as she comes up the elevator, everyone's like, oh no.
I guess you could say Wonder Woman is in a league of her own.
You could say she's a league of one. But here's the thing. Here's the reason why I really like this. It shows how great of a fighter Wonder Woman is. Because here's what because she's fighting everyone. Literally everyone.
By the way, somebody needs to make an edit to where when Wonder Woman comes up, the theme starts playing.
Oh no. I've saved the very best for last.
It's almost like you know someone that has that capability and probably will as soon as this episode is up. But
I mean, that would make a good YouTube short. Just saying.
Yeah, it probably would. So yeah, because here's what you have to understand about Wonder Woman. This is why whenever anyone says Wonder Woman versus such and such, chances are I'll say Wonder Woman, except for Kratos. Kratos, I'm willing to like compromise on because his whole thing is slaying god tier people. I'll give you that.
I mean, Kratos might have some difficulty, but yeah, he would have no problem demolishing it.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. But the thing about Wonder Woman is that she was literally hand trained by Ares, the god of war, to fight.
And Kratos has killed Ares.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, okay, you know, Kratos is the one character where I'm like, yeah, I'll give you that. I can't argue against that. No, he took out the entire Greek and Norse pantheons. Yeah, he could beat Wonder Woman. Sorry. As soon as the new God of War games wrap up, you're like, yeah, there's no Diana can put up a fight, but it's not gonna end well for her. But anyway, back to this.
Like Diana could hold her own against Kratos. It wouldn't be like a curb stomp, but it's pretty much a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, and Joss Whedon's Wonder Woman would get curb stomped.
Why did you say that name?
But I'm sorry, I had
curb stomped right into into another person.
He curb stomps her right into a better movie. Funny how that works out. So
boy, that's really breaking the glass ceiling there.
Yeah, exactly. So I just love it. Wonder Woman. I love how much trouble, because here's the thing: Hawkgirl and Vixen are no pushovers. They're Hawkgirl specifically, but they are practically getting their ass kicked by Wonder Woman.
that mace is barely making a dent on her, and that mace is pretty powerful. Plus, it negates magic, so it wallops, like that mace wallops Superman. Like Superman is hurt from that, and with Wonder Woman, it barely knocks her over.
I also love there was that scene when Hawkgirl's like lunging at Wonder Woman, Diana dodges and puts Vixen in the path, and like Hawkgirl like stops right like an inch from Vixen's head. It's like, oh no!
Talk about self-control.
Oh yeah, because you know, if she just lost self-control for like a second, John's all hers.
What is weird, I was thinking about making a similar joke, but I decided not to. Get out of my head! Get out of my head!
This is the second time this has happened. So they fight, and eventually they break Wonder Woman out, and that kind of ends it, but not after a epic fight. I also like, so when earlier Huntress is fighting Black Canary, she hits her in the throat, so it's like her scream is like weaker, and that lasts throughout the entire episode. It's like Morena Baccarin, if you notice, her voice acting in this episode is much quieter because again her voice is damaged, and I really like.
Well, not only that, but Black Canary is supposed to be like really exhausted, like to the point of near collapse in this. So I think Morena Baccarin does a really, really great job of just portraying the exhaustion that she's in.
You could say she really wins the dead pool.
I was thinking about making a Deadpool joke, but I didn't get out of my head.
I swear this is not intentional. This is just happening. We did not plan this. So let's get through some trivia.
To one of 5 men, Jared.
Yeah, you would know. All right, so let's get some trivia. When he opens a container of ice cream, Question triumphantly declares 32 flavors. This is a reference to the 31 flavor slogan used by Baskin-Robbins, an American global ice cream parlor. Yeah. Dick Grayson has a blink and you miss it cameo as Nightwing, making his last appearance in the DCAU. Shown watching from a rooftop as Canary and Huntress drive into Bloodhaven, which was Nightwing's base of operation in DC Comics in the late 90s. Confirmed.
Get out of my city.
Yeah, this is the first and only episode to show Huntress without her mask. There you go. It's like her without the costume.
Mm-hmm.
This is the last appearance of Huntress in the DCAU.
Oh.
Last speaking appearance of Black Canary and the Question. By the way, I like how at the end of the episode, after all the fighting, Huntress and Black Canary are like, okay, let's finally decide which one of us is the better fighter.
See, like they were giving like that kind of like really like cheesy like standard after school special, like, oh, violence, oh, let's do violence.
Yeah. The other thing I liked is that Black Canary like is a little more in favor of Huntress. Like even she says let me talk to Jean. I can get you back in the league. It's like, that's a lot for a Black Canary.
Yeah. And yeah.
There are several inside or references to the unspoken tension between Shayera and Vixen over Jon Stewart. Vixen remarks that she and Shayera were just starting to get along. I detected that. And during the fight with Wonder Woman, there was a moment where Shayera nearly kills Vixen by accident with the mace, and both of them look stunned. I'm saying, if you had just lost control for a minute there, John's all yours.
See, Shayera is stunned that she almost killed Vixen, and Vixen is stunned that Shayera actually stopped herself.
Yeah. The episode shares many plot points with the episode Gladiatrix of the live-action Birds of Prey series, including female metahumans being recruited against their will for a fight club, right down to the use of Black Canary and Huntress as the main heroines. Wow, I did not know that. Wow, that is cool.
I swear, at some point we need to actually cover Birds of Prey.
That'll be fun. I'm down for that because I actually low tier. I saw one episode of that and I actually liked it.
I watched a little bit of it. I watched a little bit of it back in the day.
Is that the one that's kind of connected to the Keaton Batman movies?
Yeah, it's kind of like implied. Yeah, it's kind of implied to be, but kind of like a continuation of a very, very loose. It's also the first time. It's also the first live action portrayal of Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, but so Margot Robbie is not the first live action Harley Quinn.
She's the first mainstream one. But anyway, so as for this episode, I give it a 10 out of 10. It's fun, solid action. It shows Wonder Woman as the warrior and how strong she actually is. Because this show, both JL and JLU have done a poor job of showing how powerful, how much of a great fighter Wonder Woman is. Because she's fighting 4 women at once. And she's kicking their asses. That is the cool part. What do you think? How do you rate this one, Nick?
So I give it a 9 out of 10. Another good, solid episode.
Everyone's a critic.
I'm sorry, I had to ding it because you don't talk about Fight Club.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Snitches.
So next week, are we going to be talking about the weakest of the Tom Holland films?
Yeah, Far From Home. And then in 2 weeks, we get to finally address that plot point that I've been saying that this show does, that the most egregious retcon for Jon Stewart. That is the stupidest thing. It could only show up in a show done by Bruce Timm. I can't wait to, and here's what we're going to do. When we watch that episode, I'm not going to tell Nick what the plot point is. I want to see if he can guess it. Because he'll see it coming, I guarantee it. But I don't want to influence you at all. I want to see, can Nick detect what I'm so pissed off about? I think you will. And we're about, by the way, we are 5 weeks. 4 episodes left in Justice League Unlimited.
Ooh!
We're almost to the world of cardboard. Yes.
Oh.
Now,
you've
Nick,
been waiting for that, brother.
Real quick as a check-in, what have you thought of JL and JLU so far?
I've been really enjoying it. I feel like if teenage Nick saw this, he would have really, really liked it. I saw some episodes here and there as a kid. It's just I didn't really have access to cable as a kid much, so never really got a chance to watch it. Like a few episodes here and there, but I feel like if my younger self could have seen it like in prime, I would have been all over this.
Particularly as a fan of BTAS as you are, because this is obviously a sequel to BTAS. With me, It's like I love this show still, even though there are plot points that I don't like. I still enjoy it for what it is, because there are too many fantastic moments for me to hate this show. Like World of Cardboard alone is like, okay, you know what? I can't hate this show for that alone.
Dude, we both know that, like, if you ever have a chance, like let's say Henry Cavill's doing like SuperCon.
If he's ever on Cameo, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pay him to do that.
No, just imagine like he comes to Florida SuperCon and he's doing a panel. And it's like, hey, Could you do the World of Cardboard speech? And the audience would be all for it.
And he probably knows what the World of Cardboard speech is, so...
But you have it on a piece of paper so he doesn't have,
I'll say I can pull up on my phone and hand it to you. Please do this. Please.
Well, here's the thing. First off, I'm sure he'd be all
I'm sure he'd do it. I'm sure
and the audience would love it. The audience would love to hear,
So here's a Henry Cavill story.
If we ever interview Dean Cain, we can have him do it.
Yeah. And that's going to be a thing where anytime we have a Superman actor on the show, we're just going to have him do the World of Cardboard speech. So anyway, here's a fun Henry Cavill story. So this was during when the Suicide Squad promotional tour. And you know what he did? He dressed up in he had a Suicide Squad t-shirt on and just like a mask. And he got all of the Suicide Squad actors to sign. And when he got to Will Smith, he took the mask off. And Will Smith's like, oh, come on!
Oh, here's the best part. He actually watches the video. He takes the mask off. Will Smith looks up, and then he does a double take, and then the recognition filters in who it is.
Yeah, I love that. I love Henry Cavill. He's such a great guy.
The only thing better than that is I love how Andrew Garfield introduces himself as Spider-Man. I'm sorry, how
that is so wholesome. I love that thing.
He comes up in a Walmart Spider-Man costume, and he says "Oh, Spider-Man means so much to me," and then he takes the mask off, and everyone obviously knows it's him.
Yeah. By the way, I just thought of one more thing. You know what? This is my dream scenario. Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot are doing a signing, and I have them do a live reading of the Justice League 12 moment where Superman and Wonder Woman kiss. They don't have to kiss, but they have to do the lines from that book up until the kiss.
I don't know. That might be a bit of a stretch, but maybe. Who knows?
I think the stretch part is them doing a signing in the same place.
But I guarantee you, if Henry Cavill is ever doing a convention, you ask the World of Cardboard, he will probably do it because that is something I think he would enjoy. Obviously, the audience would enjoy it. So I give you a 90% chance of that happening.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. If he's ever at a con, I'll buy tickets to like a signing in a video, and I'll say, "Can you please say this?" And then you better believe that's going up on my channel as a short.
Well, I would do it at a panel just because of the audience.
Yeah, that too. But if we can pull this off, you better believe that's gonna be a short on either of our channels. That's happening. No way. That is so happening. Yeah. But all in all, fantastic episode. And by the way, so to be clear, I know I'm critical about the show, but there were way more good episodes than bad episodes. Actually, I don't think I've ever given this any episode of this show less than like a 7. I think is the lowest I've ever given it. So I still like it.
Yeah.
So again, next week we're talking about Far From Home, where Supergirl goes into the future with the Legion of Superheroes. So stay heroic, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Oh, Lois Lane is Lois Lane. She belongs to General Zod's Max and Zoe's for life. See you later.